You. What's good, y'all, man? We got Avengers Secret Wars gets a major director update. You feel me, man? I heard the original they did what you call it, Endgame, Infinity War. They say he on top of the charts. I forgot who name is it though, but he on the top of the charts though. I don't know he gonna get the role. He should get the role, but you know what I'm saying? We gotta see what they gonna say though. You know, it ain't gotta be that, money, you know what I'm saying? You nigga, eat type shit. But anyway, man, like the bell, yeah.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to Everything Always. My name's Michael Roman, aka Allfires. Now, while it did feel like we were in a bit of a lull for the Marvel Studios news cycle and through the end of the actors' strike there, it has been no letdown since the actors' strike resolved. And there for a minute, with Loki's finale and the Marvels, the news about Jonathan Majors and his role as Kang, Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty, what's going on with Secret Wars, major shifts, and then the Fantastic Four casting rumors that have been around for the last week. We were not able to cover everything here at the channel, and that's why we never did a video on Destin Daniel Cretton officially leaving Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty as the director. Now, this obviously was accompanied by the news coming from Deadline that he was working on Shang-Chi 2 and still working on Wonder Man for Marvel Studios, immediately putting out any rumors that Wonder Man would be canceled and confirming that Shang-Chi 2 is going to be part of the multiverse saga. But that left a wide hole for now directors for both Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, regardless if it'll be Avengers Secret Wars Part 1 and 2 or Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. They still need someone to helm that film. Well, we have a major update today and coming from trusted industry insider Daniel RPK on exactly who one of the front contenders are, and given everything we've seen in Phase 4, it makes a lot of sense. We're going to break down the latest names, who's involved, and who else might be lurking right around the corner to take this job, if not him. But first, if you could grab the subscribe button. We do daily Marvel content at the channel, and that's all we do. Everything from official Easter egg breakdowns, trailers, and reviews, to the occasional industry insider report and everything in between. So if that sort of thing's for you, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below. That will automatically enter you to win our ongoing PS5 giveaway. We've actually got two right around the corner in the next 60 days, one for What If in December, one for Echo in January. Again, all you have to do, be a sub, leave a comment on this video if you want. Stick around at the end of the video. We get into all the giveaway stuff again there. Okay, so this actually broke earlier today from industry insider Daniel Rickman. You can follow him over at RPK News. You can also follow him on Patreon. He had an extended scoop about the MCU that included the fact that Sam Raimi, the guy who directed Multiverse of Madness and of course the original Spider-Man films, is going to be the front contender right now to direct Avengers Secret Wars and
Sam Raimi good as that director. That's an actor, director.
Avengers 5 Kang Dynasty.
And
we can do a full separate video on talking about what those films might actually be titled and when. There have been rumors about Avengers 5 not being called Kang Dynasty anymore, or the fact that Secret Wars might split into two films. But the fact remains that multiple sources in the industry have indicated Marvel would rather see...
They should make Secret Wars 2 films. Unless they're going to make a long-ass movie, 3-hour movie.
One director tackle both of those movies as...
Not 3 hours, 4 hours.
One whole...
Not 4 or 5. Not 5, 6.
Instead of splitting it up between the two directors, which was behind Destin Daniel Cretton leaving Avengers 5, because he won't be doing Avengers 6 Secret Wars, rather Shang-Chi 2 and Wonder Man. Now, from a bird's eye view and my immediate reaction, this is actually great news. I think it may have been ambitious on Marvel Studios' part from day one to do two different writers and two different directors on Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. There's already continuity problems, especially in Phase 4, and we've heard that they're now addressing this, sort of consulting the writers and executive producer on Loki Season 2, and now trying to make sure that whoever writes for these two films is the same person, with the departure of Jeff Loveness from Avengers 5. Still no word on Michael Waldron, but he was rumored to have left Avengers 5 first, making sure there's some cohesiveness there, and the same cohesion goes for the director. Now, taking this one step further, and only because it's extremely pertinent to today's video, as I mentioned during the prologue, we didn't get a chance to cover Destin Daniel Cretton departing from Avengers 5, but in the days that followed, there was a piece of news, a little breaking rumor that flew under the radar that mentioned that Marcus and McFeely, the writers duo for the Russo brothers and the ones who penned Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, among others in the MCU, were actually now consulting in a limited capacity on the writing for Marvel Studios projects. And while I'm going to issue not what I would call a spoiler warning, but a speculation warning here, because I have absolutely nothing to back that up except for an exclusive last year we're going to talk about here in a second, it certainly makes it feel like, to me, the only reason you would have those two consulting is because they want to make sure that all the pieces on the chessboard are exactly where they want them when they have to write, say, Avengers Secret Wars Part 1 and Part 2. Now look, we still don't have confirmation from Marvel Studios whether or not Jeff Loveness and or Michael Waldron departed Avengers 5 and Avengers 6 respectively, as has been rumored, but even newcomers to the industry source scene, like Joanna Robinson, who authored the behind-the-scenes MCU book, she's corroborated that Jeff Loveness is no longer on Avengers 5 King Dynasty, and now has lost its director and destined Daniel Cretton. I've argued before, Marvel Studios wouldn't make these kinds of moves unless they were moving to sure things or other things that they wanted to do. So, even though they haven't confirmed it yet, I assumed that when these writers were removed from these projects or left these projects, it's because Marvel Studios was going a different direction with a different pair of writers.
Yeah, that's probably it though.
Waited a while to hear it. Now, knowing that Marcus and McFeely's names are thrown back into the mix for who's actually doing what and behind the scenes on the studio's stories, that to me would be a reason Marvel Studios wouldn't want to use Michael Waldron anymore. Now, obviously, Michael Waldron wrote Multiverse of Madness and worked on the Loki seasons, but Multiverse of Madness, which was directed by Sam Raimi, he would want to work with a writer like that. I could see that staying the case, and that's why I said we still don't have confirmation of it. I don't want to go ahead and give this job to Marcus and McFeely and then say the Russos are directing it in the same moment that we're hearing Sam Raimi's a front contender, and we don't even know for sure if the original writers are off the projects. Either way, this is not the type of announcement that Marvel Studios is going to rush out, and I don't suspect that we're going to hear anything about this until they address it at San Diego Comic-Con or D23. Fantastic Forecasting, we'll get that before the end of the year because they're going to start filming on the 15th. But this, they're going to play this one close to the vest until they know it and have it locked in for sure. The good news is that they're going for the kind of continuity that we all expect as fans and that they were never going to get with two different writers and two different directors on Avengers 5 and Avengers 6. I know it is a miracle, or rather a Hail Mary, to ask for the Russos to come back, but I always harken back to their original quote and the last time they were on the red carpet, whether or not they would come back. And they said they really couldn't commit to anything till the end of the decade. With the number of delays that they've already suffered at Marvel Studios for Avengers Secret Wars, we're already at the end of the decade, basically, for that film. And if there is a world where they could come back, this would be it. But you guys let me know
I love brother.
Thoughts down below. Sam Raimi or the Russos, who would you rather see direct Secret Wars?
The Russo brothers. But Sam Raimi made a good director too.
Here's quickly.
Russo brothers.
Let's get into the giveaway stuff before I let you go. All right, we are still giving.
Yeah. Anyway, let me know what y'all think, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment down below. And yeah, who the writer's gonna be for Avengers 5, Secret Wars, Part 1, Part 2, or it's gonna be King Dynasty? You know what I mean? Either or. Let me know who's gonna be the director. Feel me? But yeah. Alright, peace.